In this video, we will be creating a quick Django project. We will be creating a to-do app with authentication. Let's get started. First of all, open up the terminal and create a virtual environment. The command is python 3 -m venv, and we can see the virtual environment folder here. Now we will activate the virtual environment. For macOS and Linux, you will write source venv/bin/activate. For the Windows users, it is going to be ./venv/scripts/activate. Next, we will install Django. Pip install Django. So this will install Django in our virtual environment. Now we'll start a new Django project. Django admin start project config dot. So this will create this config folder in here. Now we need to start a new app. For that, we'll write python manage.py start app. We'll call it to do, and we have created a new app to do. Now we will go to the config, open up the settings.py file. In the installed apps, and add to do. Next, in the to do folder, create a new file urls.py. So this file will contain the URLs specific to the to do app. Next, we will go to the URLs in the config folder, and we will add the newly created URL file here. We'll keep this string empty and we'll use the include. We have to import the include as well, and then pass in the name of the app, which is todo.urls. So in the to do app URLs file, in the urls.py file, in the to do app URL patterns equal to an empty list. Alright, so we have connected our to do app to the installed apps, and we have added our to do app to the installed apps. We have also connected the URLs of the to do app with the core Django app. Next, we will start with defining models. We will be creating a custom user that is going to inherit from abstract user. Now we have to import abstract user from django.contrib.auth.models import abstract user. Keep it empty. Next, model is going to be to do, that is going to inherit from models.model. The first field that we want in the to do is the title, which is going to be a char field, models.char field. The max length, let's make it 60. Then the description is going to be models.text field is underscore complete equal to models dot boolean field with the default value of false. Next is created at, which is going to be models dot date time field with auto now add equal to true. With this, created at is going to contain the date and time value of when the to do was created. Next will be updated underscore at. It is going to be models dot date time field with the auto now. Updated at will contain the time when it was last updated. Now to associate this to do with a specific user, we need to have a foreign key relation with user. For that, we'll write user equal to models dot foreign key. We pass in the model, and on delete is going to be models dot cascade. It means when the user is deleted, we want the to do to be deleted. That's all that we need to do here. Now we will create a new file in the to do folder, forms.py, and we are going to create forms here for the user creation, for creating the to do, and for logging in the user. From Django.forms import model form. From Django.contrib.auth.forms import user creation form. We also need to import the forms from Django import forms. First of all, we will create the custom user creation form. Custom user creation form, inheriting from user creation form class meta model equal to user. This user is from the models files, the user we just created. And the fields are going to be first name, last name, email, and username. Next, class to do form, inheriting from model form class meta. The model to be used is to do. It is from the models file. Fields that we want to show title, description, also is complete. All right, that's all that we need to create a to do form. Next, class login form. This time it is going to inherit from forms dot form. It has two input fields, username, which is forms dot char field, the max length of, let's say, 50. Let's make it 60. And password is going to be equal to forms dot char field with the max length of, let's say, 64. And the widget is going to be forms dot password input, so that the password typed by the user is not visible. By default, it is going to take the name of the field as the label. Alright, so we have created the custom user creation form, a to do form, and a login form. Next, in the urls.py file, we will create a couple of URLs. From Django.urls import path, an empty string. From todo.views import all. Let's just import the from to do import views, and here we'll write views dot login user. The name is going to be login. Similar to this, we'll create a couple of more routes. Register, dashboard slash new to create a new to do, and then dashboard slash to do slash int colon id, and we need another one as well. This one will be dashboard slash to do slash delete slash int colon id. This is for logging in. This one is for registering a new user. We need another one, logout views dot logout underscore user. The name is going to be logout. This one will be register dashboard new underscore to do. This one will be update underscore to do. This one will be delete underscore to do. Alright, let's change the name of the views. This one will be register underscore user. This one will be logout user. This is going to be dashboard. This will be new underscore to do. This one update underscore to do. Finally delete underscore to do. Okay, so we have created the URLs for our to do app: login, register, logout, dashboard, creating a new to do, updating the existing one, and deleting an existing to do. Now we will go to the views.py and we will start defining all these functions. Def register underscore user takes parameter request. If request dot method, if it is post form equal to custom user creation form, pass in the data from the request dot post. So with this we are basically creating a form with the data received from the user, and then if form dot is underscore valid, in that case form dot save. This will save the user into the database, and then we can return redirect login. It means if the form is valid and it has been saved to the database, we want to return the user to the login page. Otherwise, we create an empty form equal to custom user creation form, and then return render request name of the template to do slash register dot html, and in the context we will send this form so that it can be displayed in the template form colon form. Next, def login underscore user request. So if the request is a post request, in that case we create the form. The form type is login form, and we pass in the data received from the request if form dot is underscore valid. In that case, we can get the username, which is equal to form dot cleaned data, and the key is going to be username. Similarly, we will extract the password, form dot clean data password. Now, after getting the username and password, we need to log the user in. We will import some functions provided by Django for logging the user in. From django.contrib.auth import login, authenticate, logout. Yeah, so all these three we will need now. First of all, user is equal to authenticate, pass in the request, pass in the credentials, username equal to username, and password equal to password. Next, if not user, let's just check. If user login, provide the request and provide the user, and then you can return redirect and redirect the user back to the dashboard. Redirect the user to the dashboard. Otherwise, if there is no user, or if the form is invalid, or if the method is not post, in that case we will create an empty form, login form, and then return render request to do slash login.html. Form colon form. For logging the user out, logout underscore user takes in the request. It is the simplest one. You simply write logout and you pass in the request, then return redirect. We will send the user back to the login page. Let's go through this again. If the user submits a form, we create a form with the data received from the user. We check if the form is valid or not. We save it, and then we redirect to the login page. Otherwise, we create an empty form and send it to the user. Similarly, if the request is post, if the user is submitting the request, in that case we create a form from the data received from the user. We check if the form is valid or not. We extract the credentials. Then we use these Django functions to authenticate and to log the user in. And finally, we send the user to the dashboard. Otherwise, we create an empty form and we return it to the user. The next one is going to be for the dashboard. Request colon return render request to do slash dashboard.html. That's it. Now we need to create a few templates. In the to-do app, create a folder templates. Inside it, another folder to do. Inside it, create the templates that we are referring in our views.py file. So in the views.py file, we need a register, a login, and a dashboard. Let's create a base.html, and here we will create a block title, and block content, and block. Now here we will write the part that is going to be common for all the pages, and this will make our work a lot easier. We don't have to write the same thing again and again. So here we will use another tag, and we'll just check if user dot is underscore authenticated. If the user is authenticated, else, and if. Now with this we have basically written an if else. We will show different links to the user who is logged in and different to the unauthenticated user. So if the user is authenticated, we will show a link So here we have created a link to the dashboard, and similarly we will create a logout link here so that user can log out. And in the else we will create two more links, one for the logging in and another for registering the user. Register. Pay attention that here in the URL we are passing the name of the URLs. Next, we'll show some text. And these ones we'll use them later. For now, we'll just work with these. And now go to the register.html. Put the tag extends /base.html. So with this, the content from this page will be used in the register.html. Block title and block. And in the block title, we will write register. Block content the form that we want to show to the user. Let's just put a div around it. Form action, we will keep it empty. Method is going to be post, and in the form we need to put a CSRF underscore token tag. So this is a must. You need to use this, otherwise your form will not be accepted by Django. Next, we will output the form, and then we put a button here with the type submit. Register. CSRF token is a must. You must use it. Now this form is basically the form we received in the context. The name must match. Now the same code will be for the login.html. We'll paste it. We'll change the title to log in and register to login. Save it. Now the final one, create a new template dashboard.html. This will also have the same. It will extend base.html and we will just change the content here. We'll just put a h1 and say this is dashboard page. All right, done. Let's go to the settings. In the settings, we have to add the model, the custom user model. We have to tell Django to use our own created custom user model. For that, add the setting auth user model, and the value is going to be name of the app dot name of the model. Next, login underscore URL. With this, if user tries to access a protected page, the user will be sent to this URL. The login URL is login. Okay, so that's it. Just make sure the templates have this settings. We'll just add here templates. Now Django is going to look into the templates folder in to do, and these are the files. First of all, make the migrations. Python manage.py make migrations. We need to create these views as well. We'll just create empty views, new to do, request, and then pass. Similar to this, we'll add two more. This one is going to be update. This one will be delete id. All right, save it. Now again, try to make migrations. Migrations created. Next, migrate. So this creates all the tables from the migrations, and now we are good to go. Python manage.py run server. Open up the link and we can see the login page here. If I try to access with the credentials, nothing happened. Let's go to the register our user. The username, I'll keep it as Rishabh. I'll fill in the password. Register. Since I was successfully registered, I'm sent to the login page. Username, password. I'm sent to the dashboard page. If I click on logout, I will be logged out. Let's click on it and I'm logged out. Now I'm going to show you one problem that we have. If I go to the dashboard, I'm able to access it, though I'm not logged in. To fix this problem, we will go to the views.py file and we'll add a decorator to the dashboard. From django.contrib.auth.decorators import login required and add this to the dashboard. Login required, and same with the rest of the functions as well that we want to protect. Login required. And now only the logged in user will be able to access these pages. If I reload it, I'm sent back login page. All right, so let's complete the rest of the code. If request dot method is equal to post, in that case create a form equal to do form, pass in the data from the request. If form dot is underscore valid, then we will write form dot save. But here's a problem. If we directly save the form, how will we know who the user was? Whose to do is this? So for that, we'll write here commit equal to false. With this, we will get an instance of to do that is not saved into the database yet. And then we will just update the user of the to do as request.user. With this, the user field of the to do will be set to the current user, and then we can save the to do.save. After that, return redirect, and we will just redirect the user to the dashboard. Now if the request is not post, in that case we will create an empty form equal to do form, and then return vendor request and name of the template to/form.html, and in the context we will pass in the form. Now the code for the update is going to remain same with just some minor changes. I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Now the part that is going to change here is we don't have to do this. Now since we are updating an existing to do, first of all we need to find the to do that we want to update. For that we will write to do is equal to get underscore object underscore or underscore 404. So it is from Django shortcuts. Now this function requires the model that we want to look up, the conditions for looking it up, and this will give us the object, or it gives 404. So if the object doesn't exist, it is going to give 404 error. Now here we will write to do because to do is the model, and then we say where id is equal to the id and user is equal to the current user. So with this we will fetch the to do where the id is the provided id and the user is the currently logged in user. After that, when you are constructing the form from the data, you also need to provide it an instance. With this, it is going to update this to do with the data received from the user. And similarly on line 67, you also need to write instance is equal to do. With this, when the user opens up the form, the user will see the form with the data from this to do, so that it is easier to edit. And finally, to delete, we will write to do. We'll just need the same line like this, and if request dot method, if it is post, In that case, we'll write to do dot delete. That's it. And we return redirect user to the dashboard. Otherwise, we just return. So if the request is post, only then we are going to delete it. Otherwise, we just return to the dashboard. So with this, we are mostly done. Now we need to create a form .html, and this will contain the same content as login page. With the slight change, this is going to be save, and the title is going to be to do. Save it, and I guess we are mostly done. Now in the views.py in the dashboard, we will show the users the current to-dos. So we write to-dos equal to to-do dot objects dot filter, where user is equal to current user, and then we pass context. To-dos colon to-dos. And now we will go to the dashboard, and we'll create a div. Inside div, we'll create a UL tag, and here we will put a for loop for to do and to dos, and for put an li tag, put another div in it, h2 is going to be to do dot title, and then another div to do dot description, and another one for showing completed is completed, and to do dot is underscore complete, and in the end another div. This one will have two links, URL update underscore to do, and pass in to do dot id update. We need to create a form because we cannot send the post request without a form. So here we will create a simple button that is going to be for the delete. This one will take us to update form, and this one will send the request from the same page to delete the to do. In the form, in the action, we will put the URL which is going to be delete underscore to do, and we will pass the ID like this. Method is going to be post. Just put a button here as well. Right, now let's test it out. I will log using the credentials. I'm on the dashboard page, but we cannot see anything yet because there is no to do. In the dashboard, we will add a link Wait, let's just add it into the base.html. We will make this new underscore to do new true. If I reload, I have this page. If I click on it, I'm sent to this form. I can add the title, first to do, sample description. I'll just save it, and we can see it here. If I click on update, I'm sent to the update form with the pre-filled data. I can update it and I can save it. It's complete. Now it's true. Now to delete it, I'll just click on delete. CSRF verification failed. We need to go to the dashboard.html and in the form add the CSRF token, CSRF underscore token, and now it will be fixed. If I click on delete, the to do got deleted. So we were able to create a simple to do app with the authentication. Now let's make it a bit more beautiful. I'll use Tailwind for this. Flex, and then each of these, add a border gray 200, px4 py2 mx2, and when it is being hovered, the bg changes to gray, bg hyphen gray 6, let's say 500. Let's go and reload the page. Okay, now this is how it looks. Just delete this, reload. All right, now in the nav, I'll add some padding. Looks better. I will add, when it is being hovered, the text turns white. Reload. Okay, looks way better. Now in the dashboard, I'll just have the text dashboard, and we will add some styling here. Class border gray 200. In the h1, give it some styling. Class text 3 XL. Wait, font base, font light, let's make it light, and text center. And the next thing is, we'll just add some to-dos. I'll just put some dummy text. All right, let's start styling it. The width is going to be 52. Let's make it a bit wider, this much. And this one will be class flex, justify around. And both the buttons, add the style to it. Class px-4 py-2 bg-500. So this one is going to be bg blue, this one will be bg red. Reload. Okay, looks good. And then we'll make the text white. Looks even better. Let's add some margin. Right. And let's add some margin to this as well. Okay, some padding, rounded, so adding a bit of shadow. All right, looks quite good. We'll just add some styling for the title so that it is visually different. Text Excel, and for this class text base. Reload. I'll just make the font light, font thin. Plus text SM. This is a basic to do app that we just created. You can add the styling, you can make it look more beautiful. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.